Hey everybody, Will Schneider here with John McCaskill. We just finished our Men Talking Mindfulness episode with James Nestor from his great book. Where's the book? I don't. Here's the.
There it is.
There's the book, Breath. And so we just want to come on and give you some of our favorite highlights of this particular episode. So, John, what are some things you learned or your favorite moments in the podcast?
Oh, well, I mean, first off, James is just such a down-to-earth guy. I really appreciated his candor and his sense of humor. So that sense of humor tied into when we were talking about urinating and the erectile tissues in the nose. I mean, it's just hard. Yeah, it's just hard to get away from laughing that piece because we went for literally we talked about urinating for about 5 minutes, and then you could tell that he was kind of over it and wanted to move on something else. And then we're like, all right, let's talk about erectile tissue in our nose.
Talk about exactly.
and he ran with it. I just love that he ran with it, man. Great guy. So What about you, man? What was some of your favorite spots?
I mean, I just enjoy him as a person. Like he just has such a calming presence, and I've heard him on other podcasts as well. And you could see it's taken him 10 years to write this book, you know, because he just knows this backwards and forwards. I mean, he's jumping onto another podcast after our podcast. So he's kind of talking about this stuff all day. Yeah. But you can see he also loves this.
Yeah.
And one thing I really enjoyed is, just having this information, having this person to talk to that put 10 years of their lives, and also being an old guinea pig in their own guinea pig in their work in a lot of ways, and just having a really full conversation about breathing. I was really excited to talk about carbon dioxide and what carbon dioxide does to our body in relationship to oxygen, and over breathing versus breathing less. I thought a big moment for us was, and I'm going to mention it, but you can talk about it, John, is like putting tape over our mouth at night. So
yeah,
that was pretty wild.
I remember before I'd read the book and you had mentioned something about tape on the mouth at night. And I was like, what kind of wacko book am I going to be reading here? And the reason I looked off to the side is because this book is sitting here. But yeah, I've started, doing the 1 inch by 1 inch piece of tape over my mouth. Initially, I had it all the way across my mouth. And then when I read the book and he mentioned the method to it, that helps a lot. And I have, like, my heart rate variability jumped, like you mentioned during the show. But more importantly, and this is going to come back to the urination conversation, I'm not getting up in the middle of the night to pee, which was my biggest problem. I would get up and then my mind would start racing. And because my mind would start racing, I wouldn't ever get back into a deep sleep. And now, because I'm doing something as simple as taping my mouth, I'm getting into that deep sleep and I'm staying there. So I feel much, much better. And I love that he went into the science behind it and explained it in kind of the layman terms. So it was fantastic, man. Really enjoyed the episode.
Yeah. Well, let's last thing I'll say is just listen to the podcast and learn how chewing soft food or digesting soft food is so destructive for our nasal passages, for mouth breathing, for dentistry, and all that kind of stuff. So it was awesome, John. Thank you. This is a great episode today, and I hope you guys check it out there for sure.
For sure. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Peace. Enjoy it.